Hey, what's up guys? My name is Dan, and today I'll be showing you how to edit and render your videos in Sony Vegas 12. Now, the first thing you'll need is obviously Sony Vegas. You can use any version. I use 12. I've used 11, 10, 9. Obviously back when 12 didn't come out, 12 is just the latest version. That's why I use that. But the stuff I'll be showing you in this video will apply to all the other Sony Vegas versions that are available, except the earliest ones. So. Another thing you'll need is obviously a clip. Right here I have a test clip of I just recorded my desktop. I had a different wallpaper. So yeah, I think it's like less than a second long. If you want, you can use one of your video game commentaries as a clip. You just go ahead, use Fraps to record one of your video games. And if you don't know what Fraps is, then I suggest you go on www.fraps.com. I think it's the website. It's a software that you use to record your games, and there's a demo version of it available. But I'm not going to be talking about that today. I'll be showing you how to use Sony Vegas. And it seems like a confusing program at first, but trust me, it's really easy to use. So let's go ahead and open up Sony Vegas. Right here I have it pinned, Vegas Pro 12. There you go. So this is the program. Yours will probably look a little different than mine because I customized mine to fit my standards, I guess. The first thing you want to do is go to File. You want to go to New. Alright, so right here, this is where you put the settings of your project in, and you can, you'll only have to do this once. So, you save, you put your settings in, and then you just do Start All New Projects with these settings at the end, and you won't have to do this ever again. So this is what I use. All of my videos are in 1080p. Well, all of them. I used to record in 720 or render in 720, and now I do it in 1080 because it looks nice on YouTube. People want to watch it in the highest quality possible. So yeah, here is my template. It's called YouTube HD. If you want to make your own template, you just go ahead, you click there in that little bar right here, and you type in YouTube HD, and then you just go ahead, you put in, for width, you put in 1920, height, you put in 1080, and this is if you want 1080p video. Field order, none, progressive scan, pixel aspect ratio, make sure that's 1.0, 0 degrees, I don't know what that is. Frame rate, 29.97, that's the NTSC standard. That's pretty much like your FPS. If you're in Europe, it's PAL. I guess you can use PAL, but I'm in America, well, I'm in North America, so I use NTSC. 3D mode off, obviously. Pixel format, make sure it's 8-bit. I've tried 32-bit floating point, but I don't really see the difference. So yeah, make sure it's 8-bit. You want to put this on best, or also your video will look like shit. So full resolution rendering quality best. Motion blur type, you put Gaussian. I don't really use anything else. Gaussian, I guess, works fine. Deinterlace method, you can put actually blend fields. If you put none, some of your videos that have jaggy edges will they'll render bad at the end, and your video will have like jaggy edges and stuff. So make sure you put blend fields. That seems to get rid of that problem. So once you have this, you can go ahead, click on the save button right here. I already saved it, so I won't have to do that. So just click on that, and then after that, you click this, Start All New Project with these settings, then you press OK. But actually, before that, I forgot to use this tab, actually, sorry. So go to Audio, Master Bus Mode, you put Stereo, and then here, Sample Rate, use 4800. That's like the standard. There's also 44,100, but I use 48,000. So yeah, bit depth, put in 16. You can put 24. There's really no point. There's no difference. And then here you put best. That's pretty much the quality. So there you go. Ruler, I haven't really touched this. Summary, nope, don't touch that. And audio CD, don't touch that. So there you go. Once you customize your video, your audio, you just go ahead, you save your template, and then you click on Start All New Projects with these settings, then you press OK. There you go. Alright, so now your video settings are set. Now you can import your clip. So here, let me show you the timeline. This is the timeline right here. You've got your time on the left of, it's pretty much like your time like through the video, like where you're at. You got your standard controls on the bottom. You got pause, play, stop, go to start, go to end, rewind, fast forward, whatever. And then you have a record button if you want to use your desktop microphone to add voice overlay to your video. So let's go ahead and import a clip. The way I do it is really simple. Just go ahead, drag the clip, hold your left mouse button, drag it onto Vegas. There you go. Make sure you put it at the start. Do you want to set your project video settings to match this media? Make sure you click on no, because that will keep the quality of your clip and it won't, you know, reduce it to whatever Vegas Pro will reduce it to. So there you go, you press no. And there you go. So mine is really short. I think mine is like, yeah, mine is only less than a second long. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all we need, you know, just a test clip. So you can zoom in if your video clip's really small. You zoom in with your middle mouse button. And at the top right here, you've got your video. And at the bottom, you've got your audio. So right here, you want to go ahead and click play right here. There you go. So that's the clip. As you can tell, this is the video preview box. If you want to get a good quality in the video preview box, if you have a good computer, just click here and click on best and full. That will give you like the best quality for the video preview. And if you have a slow computer, you can go like on draft and like auto. That will give you pretty bad quality, but your computer won't be, you know, you won't need a good computer to render that little video preview. So I just keep mine at best full. And there you go. So right here, the top portion right here, this is your video. You can customize like the level, the opacity of the video. I guess that's the opacity, yeah. Keep it at 100. The sound, this is the sound right here. Since I'm not really talking in this video, there's no sound. You know, there's no sound waves, but when you've got like music or like when you've got game sound or commentary, you have like sound waves and stuff. So let's just say I want to delete something. So let's just say I want to delete, oops, go back. So let's just say I want to delete everything after this part in the video. So what I do is I press, click here, make sure it's like flashing like this, press S, there you go, it's separated, move this away, and then press delete on my keyboard. There you go. So that's deleted. Now I have this left. And if you want to undo that, you just press Control Z on your keyboard a bunch of times. There you go. If you want to boost the volume of your video clip, you can. Well, actually, if you want to boost the volume of like your whole everything you're doing, like your master volume. This is the master volume right here. You just, you know, put it up like that. Make sure you put it high so that people on YouTube could hear, because I'm pretty sure this is like the max volume on YouTube. It's like, you know, if you move your slider all the way to the right on YouTube, that's this value. It'll be pretty loud, so, you know, make sure you reduce your volume of your headphones before you know, preview it and listen to it. So yeah, for sound, right here you can actually reduce the volume of like an individual clip here. That's the gain, and right here you won't be able to hear it at all. And then here you can do it as well. That's the volume here. Set it to 0, if you want normal volume. What else? Oh yeah, you can also fade in and fade out your videos. That's what I do a lot. You just go ahead, do this, hold this, there you go. So it adds a little like fade in effect. If you go ahead and click play, see, that's what it does. It looks, it'll probably look choppy in your video preview, but it will look much nicer once it's rendered, because it actually has to like go through the rendering process, which takes a little while. So you can do that for the end as well. You can do that for sound. There you go. And you can also do that between clips. So if you press S here to separate it, you can just go ahead and do that, and you'll see that they'll switch into each other, but since it's the same video clip, you won't really see it. So yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it. If you want to record, you can just click on this button right here, and it will tell you how to record. You just have to have your mic plugged in. You choose a folder where you want to save your recordings, and it will add a new track, a new audio track right here, and it will let you like record. So anyway, let's just delete this track right here. So also, if you want to separate, usually when you record with fraps, when you move your video like that, the audio will stay with it, and in most cases that's what you need. But if you want to separate the audio from the video, you just click here, you click on a group, and you click on clear. There you go. So now you can separate the audio from the video. What else do we need to do? Oh yeah, here I'll show you what I do right when I import my video. Here, let's delete this track. I accidentally put that in. What I do usually, if I don't forget, sometimes I forget, but it's not a big deal. So what I do is I go ahead, when I import the video, I right click, and then I go ahead and go click on switches, and then I click disable resample. And what that does is, I don't know why it's enabled by default, but smart resample, it kind of like makes like, it's hard to explain, it kind of like makes an image between, like a frame between two frames. And when you pause like the video with smart resample on YouTube, you'll kind of see like like a ghost image, and it's not really nice. So if you don't want that, you just click on disable resample. There you go. Now, one important effect that I use for a lot of my videos, you know, when your video is just too dark or you want to increase the contrast, you want to make the colors brighter, I use this effect called levels. You'll find the effects at the bottom here. You'll have a toolbar and it will say like video effect FX, I think. So you go ahead, you scroll down for levels, click on levels, and if you want to make your video like have more contrast, make it look brighter and nicer, make the colors stand out more, use Studio RGB to Computer RGB. You just hold that and then you drop it on your video file, and there you go. You can see the difference. You can play around with the settings here. There you go. Usually the settings that it gives you at the beginning are fine. If it's like a little too bright, you can just, you know, use that. There you go. Just play around. It's kind of like Photoshop. You play around with the settings and you'll get something good. And if you want to make it like, if you want to make your video have less contrast, make it more boring, I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but use Computer RGB to Studio RGB. There you go. As you can see, makes it more dull, I guess. So anyway, now that you're done, you know, editing your video, putting in the sound effects that you want, you know, playing around with the video files, making sure everything's good, you want to go ahead and click on File, then Render As. Actually, before that, Save As. Make sure you save your project, just in case your Sony Vegas crashes. What I do is I save my project using the save function, obviously, and then I restart my Vegas before I render it, because sometimes when I don't do that, I get like black screens in the final product, and you know, you have to re-render the whole thing. So that's a pain in the butt. So go ahead, you know, save it first, and then now you do Render As once you restarted Sony Vegas. You have a lot of options here. What I use two. I use the Sony AVC MVC file format, .mp4, or I use the Windows Media Video v11.wmv. So here, let me explain to you the advantages and disadvantages of both. So the standard is Windows Media Video v11. It's what I started with, and I use it for you know, HD files. Like for most of my recordings, I use Windows Media Video v11.wmv. So right here I have two templates. I have a YouTube HD Simple, which is what I use mostly. It's a simple 1080p template that I made, and then I have like a Super HD one. It's like really unnecessary, but it's really like really good quality. And I forgot to mention, you need a pretty powerful PC for these to render, you know, in like a short amount of time. Mine renders in a decent amount of time. Yours will probably render in a long time if you have a bad computer. So you might think about, you know, if your Sony Vegas is taking tons and tons of time to render, you might think about investing into a new computer if that's what you're looking for. So let's go ahead and click on my YouTube HD Simple. This will work for everybody. Oh, you want to make sure if you want to render the whole video, make sure this option's right here is unchecked. Render loop region only. That will actually only render right here. Here, I'll show you. You can make like a region of a video right here by just, you know, holding your mouse like that, and if you click on render loop region only in Render As in that render box, it will only render from here to here, so from where the region is, from inside the region, sorry. So there you go, Render As. You want to uncheck that if you want to render the whole video. There you go. So here are my render settings. It took me a really long time for, you know, to find it. A lot of YouTubers like to keep their render settings secret, but I guess you know, I'm telling you guys now, not really secret, and they're really good if you have a decent to good computer. So here you go. If you want to make your own setting, just choose like let's just see here, just choose 8 Mbps HD, and then after that just type in here YouTube HD, and then you type in like all your settings, and then you use the save function. That will make a new template. So here it is. I have right here audio. Obviously you want to include audio. Mode CBR, format Windows Media Audio 9.2, attributes 192 kbps, gives you really good content, quality. Then you go to video, and this is like the main part, I guess, the main settings. CBR, Windows Media Video 9, image size custom. Right here, type in 1920 by 1080, pixel aspect ratio 1.0, frame rate 29.97, 5 seconds per keyframe, 3 override default compression buffer, and then you want to check that, and 100 video smoothness right here, sharpest. So I don't really know what these two mean, but you know, I just played around with the settings and these look the best. So you want to go to bitrate. I use 12 right here. Check internet LAN, and I just type in 12M like that. I use 12 because that's 12 Mbps, and you know, that gives you a good quality. Index summary, whatever, it doesn't matter. Project, use project settings. Some people tell you to put it to best, but in this case, you use project settings because what the project settings are, we already entered it at the beginning before we imported a clip. You go to File. You remember we went to File. You go to you know, like project settings, and yeah, we played around with that. So we already have those in. We already have those set up. So you just use project settings, and then you press on save. You press OK. Right here. There you go. And then you press render, and that will render your file. And once it's done, you can, you know, look at it, and, you know, see if it's good. Then you can upload it on YouTube. So the good thing about Windows Media Video 11 is that it doesn't play with the colors. It doesn't like increase or decrease the contrast. Gives you a natural video. But the other one, Sony AVC, it kind of like, it doesn't distort your video, but it increases the contrast. It makes some colors brighter when they shouldn't be brighter. I noticed that, but it's actually much faster to render, and I'll tell you why. Windows Media Video doesn't use your graphics card, but Sony AVC MVC uses your graphics card. So not only does it use your computer to render the video, like your processor, it also uses your graphics card. So if you want like a little drop in quality, use Sony AVC, but it will render faster if your video card supports that feature. So let me show you my second template that I have for the WMV. There you go. This is really unnecessary. This is if I want like a super duper quality video. I'd use the maximum available, 320. Really unnecessary. 192 is like more than enough. Video, I use the same settings. Bitrate, I use 15 instead of 12. Like I said, unnecessary. Project, you know, use project settings. So let me show you Sony AVC MVC. Make sure you don't use main concept AVC AAC. I used to use that, but I don't, you know, I had problems with it, and that thing doesn't use your graphics card, I'm pretty sure. So there you go. Use Sony AVC MVC. Click on, because you want to make a new template. So just find one in here, and then, you know, click on one of them, and then you want to customize template, and then you want to type in YouTube HD, and then you save it, obviously. So there you go. Let's click on mine. So here are the settings for my YouTube HD Sony AVC template. Include video format AVC, not memory stick. Memory stick is really bad quality. It's like 4 pixels. Okay, frame size 1920 by 1080. You can use, if you want 1080p video, you can use 1440 by 1080. But then what you have to do is you have to change pixel aspect ratio to 1.33333. So yeah, just use 1920 by 1080. Uncheck this. Profile high, that will give you the best quality possible. Entropy coding KBAC, CABAC. Frame rate 29.97. Field order progressive scan, none. 1.0 pixel aspect ratio if you're using 1920 by 1080. And if you're using the 1440 option, then type in 1.3333. Bitrate 12 million. That's pretty much 12M like I put in the WMV. And then right here, encode mode. This is where you can choose to encode with your graphics card. Render using GPU if available. GPU is your graphics card. So if it's available, it will use your graphics card as well. Include audio, you want to use AAC 4800, bitrate 512. I don't know, I like to use the best for this. 512 is like the best. Unnecessary, I guess, but you know, doesn't really hurt. So obviously here you want to use stereo. Don't use surround sound, it's just going to sound weird. System, right here you can check if your graphics card is supported. There you go. For me, CUDA or CUDA is available. So I can use my graphics card to render. Project, use project settings. And then you want to save that, and you want to press OK, and then you render. So there you go. It's as simple as that. Usually Sony AVC will take less time to render, and you know, it will probably suit your needs. But I like to use WMV. If you want to only render your videos in 720p, this applies to both Sony AVC and WMV. Just go ahead and click on the template right here. Go to video. And then in here, enter 1280, and then go here, 720. That will give you 720p, and that's pretty much it. But I render in 1080p. I used to render 720p, and I used to use different settings, but I think I found the best possible settings for Sony Vegas. So anyway, just click render when you choose your template, and there you go. It's as simple as that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope I helped you out, and leave a comment, leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you around.